Hi guys, how's it? Texas, welcome track amal to everyone. Welcome back to everyone in English. Yes, you see the jersey, you see the background, you see the hat. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we're less than a month away from the boys returning to the field. The back-to-back World Cup champion Springboks getting ready. June 22nd, Twickenham, test against Wales outside the window. So we're probably going to see some new faces, and I just wanted to jump on here, talk about that a little bit, and kind of just let you guys know what's going to be happening going forward. Obviously, as we get towards test time, the videos are going to increase. They're going to be crazier. I'm going to have guests on, and I'm not just talking about Irish fans to talk cuck to, because it's so easy to do that to them, but I'm talking about Springbok fans outside of South Africa. And not just in England, but here in the States, Canada, Australia, New Zealand. I've been talking to an oak in Argentina, man. We're going to have Springbok fans come on here and talk about the greatest team in rugby and our love. And as the Army assembles, it will grow leading into 2027. Massive amount of us hopefully will be in Australia to cheer the boys on. And hopefully another season of chasing the sun, as Gaza had said. Season 3, let's go. But before we get into any of that, man, we've got some new faces. Obviously, with URC happening, you always get an idea of like maybe what's the future of this box squad. And I thought, hey, it's my duty as a Springbok fan to throw my names in the hat. Now, there are a lot of guys. And in interest of impartiality, I have picked 2 from each of the 4 URC sides. We'll talk about them. We'll mention what I like, what I think they need to work on. And you guys you let me know in the comment section what you know. I know all of these are not perfect picks, but these are just my personal guys. Some of them I think are ready to go right now. Some, I'm not just looking at 2027. I'm looking at 2031 when the Rugby World Cup will be in my backyard. Maybe we'll see those guys as stars at that point. But we'll go ahead, and I'll give you a little bit of the breakdown here. I've picked 8 total players. You got 2 locks, 3 flankers, and 3 backs. Some of these you will agree on, like I said, and some of you will be like, what's that kid? Get the bloody hell out of here. But we're going to go ahead and start off in the mother city of Cape Town. The Stormers. I've picked 2 guys. We'll talk about a bit of them. Like I said, let you know what I think, give you the statistics, the background, and we'll go from there. But the first one we're going to be starting off with is a lock. Now, I've been friends with this guy on social media a bit, interacted with him a bit. Really nice oak. His name is Ruben van Heerden. He is from Alberton, Gauteng. So he's a Gauteng kid. He's an Affy's alum. He's 26 years old. He is 2 meters or 6.5 feet tall. He's played for the Bulls and Sharks as well. I think originally he played with the Sharks. And what I like about Ruben is the physicality, the movement with the ball. The thing I think the thing he really, and like as Springbok fans, look, we've been spoiled rotten, guys. I mean, come on, man. We had Bucky Sputa, we had Victor Matfield, we have Eben, one of the greats. We've been spoiled as Lock fans in South Africa, and I think this guy, this oak, he has the potential. He has the potential. He just needs to be a little bit more aggressive, and I think maybe getting in camp, he has been in the camp that Rassie's been having so far, maybe getting around Eben. Maybe that will bring that ferocity that we expect from our locks. You know, we already have it with Eben. Arhisnam and the Viking, we know he has that ferocity. We saw it in the semifinal against England. We need some more. We need some more. No doubt that Eben will be ready to go in 3 years, but we're gonna need something. Marvin Orie is done. Now, I gave Marvin Orie hell all the time, also a Stormer, and I know I am mentioning guys strictly who have not been capped. Yes, Salman Marat is better than Ruben van Heerden, but I think he needs a shot. The next oak I am picking is a center wing, potentially utility back. It's a name that has been in the breath of a lot of coaches. He's very thought of highly amongst the coaches, and that's Suleiman Hartzenberg. He's originally from Cape Town. He's young, 21 years old, 1.86 meters or 6'1". I love his speed. I love his versatility. And like I said, the coaches speak very highly of him. Now, at 21, this is 2031. He still will be ready to go. He'll still be young. But I think we need to get him blooded in. We need to decide what he really, really needs to be. Because, I mean, we've got plenty of utility guys. Cheslin Colby can play 9, 10, or wing. Kanan Moody can play center, wing. I think Kurtley Arenza could play both wings and could probably play fullback. Damian Falemsa can play 10, center, wing, or fullback. He can play them all. We need to get Hartzenberg in here. We need to get him blooded, and we need to get him some time with the coaching staff to see where he will fit in. And I think he's 21, so we got all the time in the world. So moving on. We've been in the Mother City. We're going to bring it back to Joburg, Ellis Park, Emirates Airlines Park. And we're talking about the Lions. Now, there are a lot of guys on the Lions I had to choose from. Now, I have to tip my hat to Ivan Van Rooyen, who has built something magical with this young team. Not young team. There's old guys on. Alberts is, 40 years old. He's been able to build something out of nothing there in Johannesburg. And it's very, very – I was a Lions fan for many years. Faf de Klerk, Elton Jonkies, that era. I was a fan. And he's able to make magic with what he has. And we will start out with a loose forward from Secunda Mpumalanga, and that is 26-year-old JC Pretorius. He is 1.88 meters or 5'11". He also has spent time with the Pumas. This oak has got me thinking of another guy, 122 caps with the Blitzboks. I mean, guys, he's a prettier version of Quokka Smith. Now, I love me some Quokka Smith. We all saw just the ferocity off the bench, stealing balls, ripping balls away, running. I mean, Quokka's all of it. He's all of it. He got that size after playing sevens, and he didn't lose any of the speed. And I think that's what we get with JC. I think we get that speed, we get that ferocity, and I just think it needs time to gel in a Springbok camp. Look, 26 years old, we've got some time. Let's bring him on in. Let's see what he's got. He's been looking really good the last few weeks with the Lions, and I want to see what else he has in the tank. Just me, guys. The next one is one that I think is on everybody's list. I don't know anybody that doesn't have him on his list. This is Sanela Nohamba. Sorry if I butchered the name a bit. He's a scrum half, fly half. He's 25 years old from Alice, Eastern Cape. He's a Durban High alum. He's a bit short, 1.64 meters or 5'4". Look, I'm only 1.68, guys. I'm short as well. I think he originally played with the Sharks. I love his tenacity. He's definitely like the little train that could. And he's punching way above his weight. I love his vision. Also, he's so small, it's hard for people to get a hold of him because he's just so springy. And he just pops out of but he's not small and skinny. He's got like some good body size. He's just a short guy. And I think he's just got that, he's got that it factor. Like when he's on the pitch, he controls how the game is going. And definitely we need to get him blooded in ASAP. Now, the problem is I don't know where we slot him in at. We're absolutely good at scrum half. We've got Foff still, Grant Williams, the fastest man on 2 feet in the world on the pitch. Hendricksa is down with an injury at the moment. Unfortunately, Kobus Reinach, I think that was it for him in the World Cup. I'm going to miss the hell out of Kobus Reinach. But I think at 9 or 10, we've got a bit of versatility there. And I would trust him at either or. Maybe a third option at both. But we definitely need to get this guy blooded in ASAP and get him in camp to help develop those skills. Because he's got them. He just needs to be cultured and it needs to be carved out. Next up, we will head north to the Jacaranda City, the home of the Vodacom Bulls. Now, this team got a little difficult here because when looking at these rosters, there's obviously a good amount of Springboks on each team, but this one pretty much had them at every position. Some guy that had at least a single cap, like you had Johan Husen, Van der Merwe, I didn't realize he'd gotten capped way back in the day. So, like, I had to find guys that were uncapped. And with this one, with these two picks that I went with, I don't know if it's this next World Cup, but definitely by 2031. These guys need to at least have solidified their position if they want to. And we're going to start out with a lock / flanker, and that is Cameron Hennekom. He is 22 years old. He's from the Western Cape. He's a Parle Boys alum. He's 193 centimeters or 6'4", so I think he's not quite the right size for lock, but we could probably do it. He's very young, but he's like insanely smooth considering what he's playing around in Pretoria. The Bulls are stacked on forwards, man. You've got Eskom, you've got everything on that team. It is a good, well-rounded team, and for you to really stand out, it takes a lot. Now, look, he is only 22, like I said, and the other guy I'm going to mention on here is also fairly young, and we will go ahead and move on to Mpilo Khomedi. He is a flanker. He's from Zululand, KZN. He's 23. He's 1.92 meters or 6'3". And once again, it's kind of one of those things. He sticks out amongst a stacked team. He's young, so we've got time to develop. Like, the way I look at it, guys, the way I look at it from the outside looking in is Rassie, it's the braai. You know, he's got the poikie pot. You know, he's already got the onions and the oil softening at the bottom, and now it's time for him to start adding the ingredients. Like, he's already added, you know, a heaping spoonful of Peter Steph Toy, Eben, you know, he's got a little sprinkling. He's got Kirtley and Cannon. You know, he's adding all the flavors. He's adding the beer or wine, however you prefer your poikie pot. I'm more of a beer guy, even though I don't drink. I think that it's you don't stir the poikie pot. Guys, you're not supposed to stir your poikie. That's at least the rules I've been told. But we're letting Rassie try to develop the recipe for another World Cup winning team, not just in 27, but in 31 as well. And I think these two young men could be ingredients. Just a little sprinkle, let it get a little taste. Let's see what they can do in camp, and let's see how well they can do. I think they're young enough. Bring them in, blood them in. Portugal, maybe Wales. Throw them out there. Let's see what these two young men got. And I trust the chef, Dr. Rassie. I think he's going to make the right recipe for success. So that's why I've picked these two men off of the Bulls as potential debuts in 2024. Now, last but not least, we head to the KZN, KwaZulu-Natal, home of the Celsius Sharks. Now, this was another team where there were quite a few guys on there that I could have chosen from. I think my first pick, I'm going to go with the fly half. You guys already know what I'm talking about. Sia Masuku. He's 27 years old, from Paul Petersburg, KZN. I had never actually even heard of that town. He's 1.89 meters or 6'2", so obviously he's of good height. If you haven't gotten to see this guy in action in the last few weeks, you're missing out. The Sharks' resurgence in the last third of the season, this has been the key, in my opinion. In my opinion, this has been the key. Now, you can say, hey, look, Nahamba does magic, but he doesn't have Makasole Mambipi. He doesn't have Lucanio He doesn't have Fassi. He doesn't have any of these keys. And you're right. But to me, I'm going to be completely honest with you guys. You know, I'm looking at maybe a third option behind Manny and Andre, but I mean, this guy has like the vision of Manny. He distributes like Manny, and he kicks like Andre. If I was Manny Libok, I would definitely work on your kicking, bro, because this guy could take your job. Now, we've only seen him at professional level. We've yet to see him at international time, but I think Sia Masuku is the real deal. I think we might have it. And at 27, this is probably his only shot. Yeah, he could play at 35 and here in the U.S., but Rassie, give this guy a shot. That's all I'm asking. Give this guy a shot. I would love to see him playing at 10 this year. Zero question. And my last selection, once again, so many people I could have chose from in the Sharks, and This guy, especially last weekend in the Challenge Cup final, really, really impressed me. Vincent Shituka, originally born in the Democratic Republic of Congo, but he grew up and was educated in Johannesburg, so he is eligible. He's 25 years old. He's 1.95 meters or 6.5 feet. He's a big boy. I don't know if it was maybe the hair. He did spend some time with the Lions as well. Can't forget that. He's got the size. He's got the mobility. And he's just got like, winning scrum penalties. And he's just like, he's just, you just see him like he's just got that. He's got that pack, man. He's the pack leader, man. He's a dog, like he's just ready. He's excited to go. I think desire more than anything can really take you a lot further than you think. There are guys, what I say, Sio Khaleesi is one of the greatest flankers of all time. No, but he's a hell of a leader. Do I think Shituka is one of the greatest? No, I don't. But I think the desire to win and to succeed can carry you a lot farther than you want to think. So that's my 8 for the debut this year. This is who I would like to see make debut. Guys, some of these guys are just young. It's projects. It's long-term things that we need to think about. But we've got plenty of time this year. We've got a test against Wales on the 22nd, and then we welcome Ireland to Loftus, and a week later to Kings Park. If you'd asked me 6 months ago, I'd be okay with 1-1. I'm not okay with 1-1. I want decisive victories in both games against Ireland. We need to silence these people, these critics. Oh, you lost to them in a pool game. I'm done. We need to silence everyone. Because the Rugby Championship's going to be cracking off right after that. You've got 3 new coaches we're going to be facing against. We got Schmidt. We've got Razor Robertson, and I'm sorry, but I'm drawing a blank on the Argentine coach. But we have 3 new coaches, guys. And, I mean, you could say technically Rassi, because he had the job, stepped down, took it right back. But, like, this is not going to be an easy year whatsoever. We have a very tough post-World Cup year. And I want to see success, not just in the win-loss column. I want to see success on the field. I want to see progression. We saw what won the World Cup. Give me the next step. And that's all I could ask for. But, guys, please subscribe if you like this kind of content. I will continue to do these videos. Obviously, they will get a lot more regular as we get closer and as we get into the international test season. But, you guys know me. I love talking about Springbok rugby. I'm an absolute diehard. It is my passion. It is my love when it comes to the game of rugby. Is this emblem. This is the real deal. And I will take a quote back, and they're going to say a lot of things about you. I'm going to tell you you're bad, did the wrong thing, you were horrible. But this, you can always be proud of. Cheers, guys.